Life doesn't come with a manual. But what if it did? Not one filled with empty motivation, but a compass, timeless, grounded, and powerful enough to anchor you through chaos. That compass is Stoicism. In a world overwhelmed by noise, comparison, and distraction, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca is more relevant than ever. Stoicism isn't just ancient philosophy, it's a modern toolset for building unshakable inner strength, clarity, and purpose. This video will walk you through 54 life-changing lessons, each one simple but transformative. These are truths you only need to learn once, and if you live by them, they can change your life forever. You'll discover how to stay calm when everything around you falls apart, how to make powerful decisions when emotions run wild, and how to stop seeking approval from others and start living for what really matters. If you're tired of feeling stuck, distracted, or emotionally drained, this is your moment to shift. Let these lessons be your foundation. If you find this video valuable, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue to create content that inspires clarity, resilience, and real transformation. Now, take a deep breath. Let's begin. Part 1. Self-awareness and the power of owning your life. In a world that constantly pulls us in 100 different directions, notifications, obligations, opinions, there's one place we often forget to look: within. But that's where every transformation begins. And that's where Stoicism draws its greatest strength, from deep, radical self-awareness. Lesson 1. No one is walking your path but you. Imagine walking a long, winding road. Along the way, people offer advice, directions, even criticism. Some mean well, others don't. But here's the truth. Only you are wearing your shoes. Only you feel the blisters. Only you carry your dreams, doubts, and consequences. That's why, before anything else, you must own your journey. Stop outsourcing your decisions. Stop blaming the weather, the system, or the past. The Stoic way begins when you accept that you are the author of your story, and that no one is coming to write it for you. Lesson 2. Life gets easier when you become stronger. We often wish for less pressure, fewer problems, an easier ride. But Stoicism flips the script. Instead of asking life to be softer, ask yourself to be tougher. Not cold, not bitter, but resilient. Because challenges don't break us, they reveal us. Like Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So train your mind, sharpen your will, build your inner fortress. Then watch how the storms begin to feel smaller. Lesson 3. You are the only person who will live with you forever. You might lose friendships, careers may shift, even family relationships evolve. But the one constant from your first breath to your last is you. So ask yourself, are you someone you'd want to spend time with? Would you want to hear your own inner voice if it belonged to a friend? This is the invitation. Make peace with yourself. Speak kindly. Treat yourself with the patience you give others. Self-respect isn't selfish, it's your spiritual hygiene. Lesson 4. You can be whole without anyone else completing you. Modern culture glorifies romantic completion, the you complete me myth. But the Stoics taught us that peace begins before the partnership, not inside it. If you can't be happy alone, you'll never be truly happy together. Why? Because your happiness will depend on someone else's mood, attention, or presence, and that is fragile. So strengthen your center. Be someone who adds joy to a relationship, not someone who requires it to function. Whole people build whole partnerships. Lesson 5. Every day is a fresh chance to realign. You don't need a new year, a Monday, or a crisis to start again. You just need a sunrise, or even just the next breath. In Stoicism, each moment is a reset button. What matters isn't how far you've fallen, but how willingly you get back up again and again, without drama, without shame. So if yesterday was messy, good. That means you're alive. Now do better today. Lesson 6. Your value doesn't live in someone else's eyes. Too many people live exhausted, chasing likes, praise, and validation. But you are not a brand. You are not a product. The Stoics remind us the opinion that matters most is your own, especially the one you hold when no one is watching. You are not the sum of your praise. You are the sum of your principles. Build your inner scoreboard. Measure your days by how well you lived your values, not how much applause you received. Lesson 7. Your mind is a garden. Guard what you plant. We protect our homes. We lock our cars. We avoid spoiled food. But how often do we let toxic thoughts, drama, or negativity just walk right into our minds? Your thoughts shape your experience of reality. What you dwell on grows. What you feed feeds on you. So ask yourself daily, am I planting seeds of growth or seeds of self-destruction? Tend to your mental soil. Pull the weeds. Water the good, because you don't just live in the world, you live in your mind. These first 7 lessons form the bedrock of Stoic living in the modern world. They aren't about retreating from life, but about engaging with it on your terms, from a place of clarity and strength. You don't need to control everything, but you must control yourself, your thoughts, your responses, your focus. In a noisy world, the one who leads themselves leads others without even trying. If this part resonated with you, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like, not just to support us, but to remind yourself that you're investing in your own growth. You're not just consuming content, you're becoming someone new. Let's move to the next chapter. How to stay calm when emotions try to take over. Part 2. Emotional mastery. Winning the war with emotions are part of being human, but being ruled by them, that's a choice. In a world that tells us to follow your heart, the Stoics remind us to lead it. Because when you can stay calm in chaos, you're no longer just surviving, you're in control. Lesson 8. The person who angers you controls you. When you explode in rage, you give away your power. Whoever can make you lose your mind owns a part of you. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Pause, breathe, respond. Don't react." Anger is a fire. It burns your judgment first and everything else second. But if you master the pause, you reclaim your strength. No one should live rent-free in your mind. Lesson 9. Never make permanent decisions in temporary emotions. Sadness is real, so is heartbreak and disappointment. But they pass, always, like clouds. The Stoics urge us to step back before acting. Is this feeling guiding me or blinding me? Your job is not to suppress emotions, it's to examine them, understand them, and then decide your next move with clarity. You are not your mood. You are the captain, not the storm. Lesson 10. Balance reason with intuition. Wisdom lies in both. Modern life swings wildly, either overthinking everything or blindly following gut feelings. But wisdom is balance. Use logic to map the path. Use intuition to feel where you truly want to go. The Stoics knew, sometimes the heart whispers what the mind hasn't caught up with yet. Trust but verify. Feel but filter. Emotional intelligence is not the absence of feeling, but the presence of understanding. Lesson 11. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. You were wronged, betrayed, disrespected, and you carry it, day after day. But the Stoics ask, why hold poison hoping it harms someone else? Forgiveness isn't saying, what you did was okay, it's saying, I will no longer carry this weight. You set yourself free, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Lesson 12. Peace is a superpower. Build it, protect it. True power is staying calm when others expect you to break, when you're not triggered by petty things, when you walk away, not to avoid confrontation, but because your peace is too expensive to trade. In a reactive world, be the one who breathes. Where others escalate, you stay grounded. That's strength, that's stoic, that's rare, and deeply respected. Lesson 13. Don't chase happiness. Cultivate it. Happiness isn't out there. It's not on a vacation, a partner, or a number in your bank account. It's in how you respond to life. Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. Stop running after it. Start practicing it. Gratitude, presence, simplicity, purpose. These are habits, not destinations. Lesson 14. Every emotion is a teacher. Listen, but don't obey. Fear can protect you or paralyze you. Anger can inspire justice or destroy relationships. Jealousy can reveal your insecurities or consume you. The key is to interrogate your emotions. Ask them, what are you trying to tell me? Are you based on truth or assumption? Will following you help or hurt me? Don't suppress them. Don't surrender to them. Just be smarter than them. That's emotional mastery. Lesson 15. You are allowed to feel but not to drown. You can cry, you can be heartbroken, you can even scream into a pillow, but don't unpack and live there. The Stoics didn't believe in emotional numbness. They believed in emotional strength. They felt everything, but acted only on what served virtue. So feel, heal, but keep walking forward. Lesson 16. You don't need closure to move on. Not every story ends with clarity. Not every hurt gets a satisfying explanation. But your healing doesn't depend on their apology. Let go without resolution. Forgive without the final word. Because waiting on others to make it right is just another form of emotional bondage. You owe yourself freedom. Claim it, even if it feels incomplete. Lesson 17. The calmest voice in the room holds the most power. In meetings, arguments, or personal breakdowns, the loudest person isn't the strongest, the calm one is. Why? Because chaos feeds on reaction. But when you respond with composure, you change the energy of the space. You become the anchor everyone silently respects. Let others shout. You breathe. The war outside is nothing compared to the war within. And the one who masters their inner world wins every time. You will still feel fear. You will still feel anger. But you don't let it drive the car. You don't hand over the wheel. That's Stoicism. That's power. If this resonated with you, don't just keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. You might just be the reason they find their calm in a world gone mad. And now, get ready for part 3, Taking Action, the Cure for Overthinking. Because clarity is good, but action changes everything. Part 3, Action. The cure for overthinking. You can think. You can reflect. You can even visualize success all day long, but without action, none of it means anything. Stoicism isn't a philosophy of sitting around and waiting for the universe to decide. It's a philosophy of bold, focused, intentional action. Even when things aren't perfect, even when fear is screaming in your ears. In a world addicted to planning and procrastination, action is your liberation. Lesson 18. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction. Every time, you wait for the right moment, the perfect setup, the green light from the universe. But that moment, it never comes because it doesn't exist. The Stoics taught, do what you can with what you have where you are. Waiting for perfection is the fastest way to waste a lifetime. Take the step, make the call, send the message, start the project. You can't steer a parked car. Lesson 19. Your fears are often just unchallenged assumptions. You tell yourself, what if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I'm not ready? But here's the Stoic truth. You won't know until you move. Action reveals what fear hides. Most of what you're afraid of lives in your imagination, not reality. And once you step forward, that monster in your mind shrinks every single time. Lesson 20. Motion creates clarity. Thinking alone won't. You're stuck in your head, analyzing, weighing every option, unsure of what to do. That's normal, but it becomes a trap if you stay there too long. The Stoics believed that doing the next right thing, even if small, clarifies the path. Progress creates feedback. Feedback reveals insight, and insight leads to wisdom. But none of that comes without motion. Lesson 21. You don't need motivation, you need momentum. People wait to feel ready. But the Stoics say, don't hope for events to turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whatever way they happen. You don't build your life on emotion, you build it on direction. Motivation comes and goes. But discipline, the habit of consistent effort, is what changes your reality. Start small, stay steady. Momentum will carry you when motivation can't. Lesson 22. Failure is feedback, not identity. The world taught us to fear mistakes, to equate them with shame, embarrassment, and inadequacy. But to the Stoics, failure is a necessary part of learning. It's not who you are, it's how you learn who you are. Each time you fall, you gather information. You adjust, you sharpen. Success isn't built on perfection, it's built on resilience. Lesson 23. You are the architect of your life, no one else. You can wait for luck or build discipline. You can wish for approval or cultivate purpose. You can drift with the current or row toward the shore. Every action you take is a brick. Every habit is a blueprint. Every day is a construction site. So the question is, are you building your life or just watching it happen? Lesson 24. Action is the antidote to anxiety. Anxiety often stems from indecision, from standing still while your mind spins. The Stoics understood the best way to silence the storm is to start moving. Pick something, anything. Clean your space, write a list, make progress, no matter how small. You can't overthink and act at the same time. So choose the one that makes you stronger. Lesson 25. The right time is now. Always now. We all say, I'll start when I feel confident, when I have more money, when life slows down. But Stoicism destroys that excuse. It says you only ever have this moment. The future is a fantasy. Don't wait to be perfect. Start as you are, with what you have, and adjust as you go. The clock is ticking, and you're the one holding the pen. Lesson 26. Courage isn't loud. It's quiet, consistent action despite fear. You won't always feel brave. Sometimes your hands will shake, your heart will race. But if you still move forward, that's courage. You don't need to roar, you just need to rise. Every time you act despite discomfort, you're building a new identity. One of strength, one of integrity, one of power. Lesson 27. Regret is heavier than failure. You can fail and grow. You can fall and get back up. But regret, for the chances you never took, stays with you. The Stoics believed that the true tragedy isn't trying and losing. It's dying with your best still inside you. So leap, try, build, create, not because you're guaranteed to win, but because you refuse to let fear write your story. Action is power. It's how you turn intention into transformation. In a noisy road full of distractions and doubts, the one who acts, even silently, stands out. So take the leap, write the page, launch the idea. Let your life be a collection of moves, not maybes. If this part inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. I choose action over excuses. Next up, part 4. Relationships. Choosing people who strengthen you. Because you don't just need motivation, you need the right people beside you on the path. You can have goals, you can have clarity, you can even have discipline. But if you surround yourself with the wrong people, you will burn out. Stoicism reminds us that one of the greatest acts of wisdom is choosing your company carefully. In a world obsessed with quantity, followers, likes, circles, Stoics remind us to prioritize quality, because the people around you shape your habits, your mindset, and ultimately, your destiny. Lesson 28. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. You don't owe everyone full access to your energy, your time, or your vulnerability. Some people drain you. Some manipulate your kindness. You must learn to protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. Marcus Aurelius said, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do." Choose people who recharge you, not people who require you to shrink to fit their comfort. Lesson 29. Those who stay when you have nothing to offer, those are your people. When life is good, many will show up. But when you're lost, struggling, or invisible, who remains? Stoicism teaches us to observe loyalty, not in celebration, but in difficulty. The people who show up when there's no spotlight, no benefit, no advantage, they're rare and they're real. Keep them, honor them, let them know they matter. Lesson 30. Stop begging for love. Give it where it flows freely. You can't force someone to care. You can't perform your way into being worthy of love. True connection cannot be begged, bought, or bargained for. Epictetus reminds us, never depend on the admiration of others. There is no strength in it. If someone makes you feel like you have to earn their affection, step back. Love in its highest form is given freely or not at all. Lesson 31. People reveal who they are when they have nothing to gain. Pay attention to how people treat you when you're no longer useful to them. That's when masks fall off. The Stoics observed human behavior not with judgment, but with clarity. Not everyone in your circle is in your corner. And that's okay. You're not here to be liked. You're here to live honestly and align with truth. Lesson 32. Set boundaries without apology. You are not difficult for having limits. You are not cold for saying no. You are not selfish for needing space. In fact, boundaries are a sign of self-respect. They teach others how to treat you, and they teach you to protect your own energy. A healthy relationship doesn't demand your silence, self-sacrifice, or self-abandonment. Lesson 33. Choose character over charisma. Charm is magnetic, style is attractive, but character is what sustains relationships. Let me know if you need anything else. Don't get fooled by words, flattery, or big gestures. Watch what people do, how they treat others, how they handle stress, how they honor their word. Seneca said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Surround yourself with those who make you stronger, calmer, wiser, not just entertained. Lesson 34. Sometimes love means letting go. Not every connection is meant to last. Some people were lessons, not lifelines, and holding on too tightly can suffocate growth for both of you. The Stoic doesn't cling. They accept. They let go with grace, with respect, with a deep trust that the right people will remain. Letting go isn't failure, it's faith. Faith in your journey, in their growth, and in life's unfolding. Relationships are not trophies. They're reflections of who we are, what we tolerate, and how we see ourselves. If you want to elevate your life, start by elevating your standards. Choose peace over popularity, truth over convenience, growth over comfort. You don't need a crowd, you need alignment. A few solid, genuine, honest connections will do more for your spirit than 1,000 shallow ones ever could. Next up, Part 5. Growth through adversity, turning pain into power. Because every scar carries a story and every challenge carries a chance. No one escapes pain. No one walks through life untouched by loss, betrayal, failure, or fear. But here's the Stoic truth. You don't get to choose your suffering, but you do get to choose what it makes of you. The purpose of pain is not to break you, it's to shape you, to forge character, sharpen wisdom, and awaken strength you didn't know you had. This is not wishful thinking. It's a call to transformation. Adversity is not the end. It's the beginning. Lesson 35. What hurts now may heal you later. Sometimes not getting what you wanted was the greatest gift. The job you lost, the relationship that fell apart, the plan that failed. It's only in hindsight that you see life wasn't punishing you, it was protecting you. As Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. So trust the process. The pain is part of the path. Lesson 36. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. The Stoics never promised a painless life. They taught us to embrace discomfort, but to reject self-pity. You will face hardship, but suffering comes when you cling to how things should have been. The antidote: acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means facing reality without resistance and moving forward with power. Lesson 37. You are not your wounds. You are your response. Everyone gets wounded, but not everyone grows from it. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you did next. Your story doesn't end with heartbreak, loss, or failure unless you let it. Reclaim your narrative. Use the scar as a badge of survival, not a chain of shame. Lesson 38. True strength is quiet, not loud. You don't need to scream that you're strong. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Strength is silent. It's getting up when no one sees. It's staying kind when you've been hurt. It's choosing purpose when comfort is easier. Marcus Aurelius reminds us the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your obstacle is your opportunity. Lesson 39. Stop asking, why me? Start asking, what now? Why me keeps you stuck in the past. What now moves you forward? The Stoics didn't dwell on blame. They focused on choice. What can you do with this pain? How can you use it to serve others? What's the next right step? Pain doesn't get the final word. You do. Lesson 40. Resilience is a practice, not a personality trait. You're not born tough. You become tough through small acts of endurance, one day at a time. You don't have to face everything perfectly. You just have to keep going, keep breathing, and keep showing up. Every time you do, you are building your mental muscle. You're becoming unshakable, not because life got easier, but because you got better. Lesson 41. Let the pain teach you, but not harden you. There's a fine line between wisdom and bitterness. Pain can open your heart or close it. If you're not careful, the wound becomes a wall. But Stoicism says, feel the fire, but don't become the flame. Learn the lesson, forgive where you can. Protect your peace, but never lose the part of you that believes in good. Lesson 42. The greatest revenge is reinvention. You don't need to get back at those who hurt you. You need to get back to yourself. The greatest comeback is building a life so aligned, so powerful, so full of peace that the past loses its grip on you. You don't rise by proving anyone wrong. You rise by proving yourself right. Lesson 43. Emotional pain is a signal, not a sentence. Your sadness is trying to tell you something. Your anxiety is a message. Your frustration is a compass. The Stoic approach isn't to avoid emotions, it's to understand them. Ask, what is this pain teaching me? What unmet need is being revealed? What value is being challenged? Pain is part of your internal guidance system. Listen deeply. Lesson 44. Rock bottom can be a solid foundation. When everything falls apart, you finally see what's real, what's fake, who's loyal, what you truly need. And sometimes it's in the emptiness that you remember who you are. That's where clarity lives. That's where rebirth begins. The Stoics didn't fear collapse. They saw it as construction of a new you. Up next, part 6, the mindset of a Stoic, thinking that builds freedom. Because how you think determines how you live. Your thoughts are not just reflections of reality. They are the architects of your life. Before you make a decision, you think. Before you act, you believe. And before you suffer, you often assume. This is why the Stoics placed so much weight on how we think. Because if you can shift your mindset, you can shift everything. Lesson 45. The mind is your most powerful battlefield. Wars are not just fought in the world, they are fought in silence, between your ears. What you believe about yourself, what you expect from others, what you assume will happen. That's the real war. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Every thought is a seed. Plant carefully. Lesson 46. What you focus on, you feed. If you constantly look for problems, you'll find them. If you focus on what's missing, you'll feel lack. If you obsess over flaws, you'll feel broken. But if you look for lessons, you'll grow. If you focus on the present, you'll find peace. And if you seek progress, you'll move forward. The Stoic filters the world through usefulness, not complaint, not why is this happening to me, but how can this serve me? Lesson 47. Beliefs are not facts. Challenge them. Not every voice in your head is the voice of truth. Some are echoes from childhood. Some are fears disguised as logic. Some are projections of past pain. The Stoic practice is cognitive clarity. Is this true? Is this useful? Does this belief serve the person I want to become? Don't accept every thought. Audit them. Lesson 48. The opinion of others is none of your business. It sounds harsh, but it's freeing. You can't control who misunderstands you. You can't control who judges you. But you can control how much space you give their opinions in your mind. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Craving constant approval makes you a prisoner. Think freely, live boldly. Lesson 49. Overthinking is the enemy of action. You don't need a new plan, you need fewer doubts. The Stoics believed in simplicity, not because life is simple, but because clarity is essential. If you think too much, you will talk yourself out of things your soul already knows are right. So think, then move. No more spirals, no more loops. Clarity comes from motion, not perfection. Lesson 50. Choose logic over narrative. We all create stories in our minds. They must be mad at me, I'm not good enough, this always happens to me. But the Stoic separates the event from the interpretation. Example, event, they didn't text back. Story, they don't care about me. See the difference? Return to what is true, not what is dramatic. That's where power lives. Lesson 51. Not everything deserves your attention. In the age of distraction, attention is the ultimate currency. Every minute you spend on drama, gossip, comparison, or outrage costs you your peace. Ask yourself, is this helping me become who I want to be? Most things don't. Silence the noise. Choose where your mind rests. That's where your life follows. Lesson 52. Train your mind like a muscle. No one gets strong by reading about push-ups. Likewise, you won't master your mind by watching videos alone. You must practice journaling, meditation, reading philosophy, pausing before reacting, replacing fear with curiosity. Mental strength is built through daily repetition, not random inspiration. Make mental discipline your daily ritual. Lesson 53. Live in alignment with your values, not your moods. There will be days when you feel tired, anxious, unmotivated, but values aren't feelings, they're commitments. The Stoic doesn't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, what would my highest self do right now? Act from principle. Let your emotions pass, but let your values lead. Lesson 54. You become what you repeatedly think. Want to be confident? Think empowering thoughts over and over until they feel natural. Want to be calm? Think spacious, grounded thoughts, even when chaos is loud. You cannot escape your mind, so make it a place you're proud to live in. Your inner world becomes your outer reality. Tend to it like your life depends on it, because it does. You've just walked through timeless wisdom. 54 lessons forged in the fire of ancient philosophy, but more relevant today than ever. Because life hasn't gotten easier, it's gotten louder, faster, more overwhelming. But you don't need less noise, you need deeper stillness. You don't need to control the world, you need to master your response to it. That's the Stoic way. Not cold, not distant, but clear, present, and powerful. These lessons aren't meant to be remembered, they're meant to be lived. In how you speak when emotions rise, in how you act when no one's watching, in how you carry yourself when life feels unfair. You are not just a product of your past, you are the author of what comes next. So ask yourself starting today, am I reacting or responding? Am I surviving or living with purpose? Am I waiting for life to happen or creating it? Day by day, breath by breath. You don't need permission. You don't need more time. You need intention. You need courage. And most of all, you need to remember who you are when the world tries to make you forget. If this video sparked something inside you, leave a comment below and tell us which Stoic lesson resonated most with you. Share this video with someone who needs it, a friend, a sibling, a stranger. You never know whose life might shift from just one insight. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, because we're just getting started. More truth, more tools, more strength for the real world we all live in. Stay grounded, stay kind, stay powerful, live stoically, live free.